and welcome back to another Dino Sticky video. And today we're ranking tag teams, okay? Yeah, whatever. We're gonna be ranking all of the team up and unbroken bond tag teams, and I'm gonna be joined today by Isaac. How are you doing today? Oh, horrible English.
Yeah, I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking.
All right. Right. Let's start, okay? Right. So I'm gonna be kind of more of the competitive viewpoint, while he is like more non-competitive, I guess. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah. You once beat me with your Alone and Executor deck, didn't you?
I did beat you.
Yeah. You were pretty good like a while ago, but now you don't really play, right? But now, some of the tag teams have a lot of stuff to say, and they're like really game-breaking. Some of them are just utter trash. Let's see what your opinion is on the tag teams. Right, here's the tier list. We have S, game-breaking like Zacian V or Dragapult VMAX good. It just makes you hate your life. Get it?
Yeah, I kind of get it.
And then we got the A, which is quite good, which is pretty good. Probably could see some play. B is like, okay, I guess. C is just basically memes, but like people can make like meme decks if they want. And then D is just like, just throw it in the bin. Meow VMAX.
Yeah, kind of get what you're talking about.
Alright
Yeah.
then, let's start off with the first one, Celebi and Venusaur GX, right? Choose a chart, okay? Yeah, I'll go into the second chart then. Right.
Okay.
Right then, Celebi and Venusaur GX, right? Let me search for it now. So what do you think about it? Okay, so let's see what it does.
Well, you see, when I look at the GX, I always try and see if there's a equal balance in the energy attacks. For instance, the first attack is already free energy, and then you have 4 energy attacks. I mean, that's just ridiculous. You're gonna have to either put this thing as your active Pokemon on the very first turn and hope your opponent doesn't have a fire type, or you're just gonna have to stick it in your bench until late game. And I hate that. It's just useless. You're just gonna be wasting the space in your bench and in your hand. For the first attack, I would much rather have much more damage than having those free status conditions for free energy, which is just a bit ridiculous. I mean, for Solar Beam, 4 energy 150 is going to be a heavy hitter mid-game and late game.
Okay.
As for Evergreen GX, 4 plus energy 180, heal all damage from this Pokemon. It's going to be annoying. If you're actually going to pull this card out with the GX move when it's at like 10 or 20 HP left, then your opponent's going to be pretty mad at you for playing that Evergreen GX.
Pretty good.
Just because of that, I'm actually going to rank it a bit higher. The HP isn't bad as well, but the only thing I have a problem with this tag team is the first attack. I don't see the points of it.
Okay.
I just don't see the points of it. I don't see.
Okay.
Like, people are going to use it a lot because there are many other cards that you can use to apply status conditions or simply just some cards.
VMAX.
Yeah, exactly. And those cards do a bit more damage as well and give you some pretty decent status conditions. Without the first attack, it's actually BA. But because of the first attack, I'm putting it down in B.
Oof.
I do not see it getting too much play with that.
You want to know my honest opinion, Isaac?
Yeah.
Oh my god, what is this? Okay, something wrong happened. My computer just like glitched. Anyways, well, okay, whatever. Right, yeah. Oh my god. Okay, I guess you can't copy and paste pictures then. Oh my god. Oh damn it. Right, I'll just copy yours then.
Go on.
I was gonna use the special art, but okay. First thing that I think of when I think of grass Pokemon. Welder. Fire types. Like if you play the Pokemon trading card game competitively, you will know how busted of a card Welder is. And for that reason, it can't really be S, A, or B. Now, the GX can see play, sure, like in Dragapult VMAX when you're trying to 2-hit KO Pokemon. Or ADP Zacian if they, like, miss one of the damage counters. I think it can be C or D, and I'll rank it as C, because I'll be nice. Because, you know, like,
nice.
Because Evergreen GX is actually pretty good, you know, you can, it lets you reuse your resources, you can use Rillaboom, you can use Welder, there's many ways you can build around this card. I just don't really see it being, like, too dominant, and that is why I am going to rank it in the C tier.
Alright, next one. What we got next?
We got Pikachu and Zekrom GX. Personally, seeing a lot of play lately, honestly.
Yeah, before Sword and Shield cards came out, this one was actually very popular. I mean, it was, a lot of people used it.
It still
a lot
is.
of people gave
It still is.
positive reviews about it. Let's start off with the HP. 240 is disappointing, I'll be honest with you. Because I played TCG in the past,
Okay.
everyone who plays this will know 10 HP more or 10 HP less could be the difference of a knockout or survival.
Okay.
240 HP is just too vulnerable for certain attacks that could easily take it down.
Can you give an example?
Attacks are pretty good. Okay, for examples, there are quite a few stadiums that could boost your attack. You could have some items on your Pokemon that boost your attack.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, if you add on, for example, some stadium cards that add, a lot of stadium cards add 20 damage. So if you add 20 damage and then add maybe a 30 damage back to the item, you'd be doing 50 extra damage.
Oof. Yeah, that's a lot.
That's very heavy hitting.
Yeah, that's
So going on to the attacks, with free energy you get to do full blitz, 150 damage. You search your attack with free energy, free electric energy, and attach them to one of your Pokemon. I like that damage. 150 free energy is perfectly reasonable. I do have something about that secondary effect. I quite like attaching energy with an attack, but one thing I don't like about is it's attaching all to one Pokemon. It kind of just ruins the purpose of it, because that means you just spread your energy around really quickly. Set up a couple of Pokemon at a time, if you know what I mean. The GX move, free energy, tackle GX for 200. If you have free extra energy, you do 170 damage to your opponent's special Pokemon. It's amazing. You set up with that full blitz and then you just move right onto the Tag Ball GX. It's actually amazing. And the full blitz doesn't say that you can't attach to Pikachu's Zekrom tag team, which means you can just two-turn this thing and do 150 first turn, 200 second turn, as well as 170 damage to the bench. This card is obviously very, very strong. I see it getting a lot of play. My only issue is its HP. But other than that, its attacks are pretty decent. So I'm actually going to be very nice here. I see it getting a lot of play. I've seen it. I see a lot of potential in it. But is it A? It's somewhere on the verge of A. With its HP, it would be a B. But there's something called a hard charm, and that means you reduce 30 damage, which is why it's going in A. It's going to be going in A.
Okay. Now, yeah, I see a lot of your points. However, let's not forget that from a competitive versus viewpoint, there are a lot of stuff that support lightning types. They're like one of the best supported types, and I am not joking. Electro Power. You can run 4 of those in your decks. And you can boost Pikachu Zekrom full blitz by 120 damage if you hit all 4 of them at the same time. That's busted. You can also turn 1 full blitz. Turn 1. 3 energies. With Tapu Koko Prism Star, Energy Switch, and Thunder Mountain. There are so many ways you can pull this off. It also has Boltsun V, Tapu Koko V. Oh my god. Just the card itself may not seem really good on itself, but maybe when you start looking at the support, it starts getting phenomenal. I'm not sure if you agree or not. And it's actually, if you don't know, the most played card in Rebel Clash. Like, the format currently. It's the most played deck. Just because of the amount of support it gets. And for that reason alone, it's gonna get A, but for me, it's gonna get S. Another reason why I think this card is good is because you're resistant to Zacian V. That's another reason why I'm putting it up here. S. It's game-breaking good just because of the support. But, well, if some of the support was gone, maybe it might be A, at like B, maybe like you said, yeah. I can probably see that.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
But I think it's us.
Okay.
Right then. Our third tag team is Gengar and Mimikyu GX. I think I had one of these. I think this was...
now this should be interesting.
This was my first one.
For once, I'm not going to be talking from a spectator/collector's view. I'm going to be talking about up close and personal experience. I have used this both in TCGO and in TCG.
Okay.
So, I'm going to...
Hello?
Because I do have quite a lot for this.
Okay.
Right. So firstly, HP 240. If you look at the attacks, I can actually let that slide. I know what I said about Pikachu Zekrom only having 240 HP, but it's actually not too bad, not too shabby if you look closely at the attacks. So firstly, you have 2 energy Poltergeist. I do believe that's how you pronounce it. Your opponent reviews their hand, and you do 50 damage for each trainer card they have. It's a risky play. You gotta have a way to force some cards into your opponent's hand, just to make sure their chance of having a trainer card increases. But if you could actually pull that early game, when everyone has a lot of trainer cards, just trying to do some set-upping for their heavy hitters, they're gonna have a lot of trainer cards in their hand. And you only need 2 energy for that, so it's a risk. But is it a risk I am willing to take? It most certainly is. Now, for the GX move, Horror House GX, your opponent can't play any cards from their hand during the next turn. And if you have extra psychic energy, your opponent draws, both of you draw cards until you have 7. Now, if you first set up with a Horror House, then you can actually, for example, during your first turn, you attach 1 energy, use Horror House, and then your opponents can't play any cards. So that literally just forced them to save any trainer cards they have because they can't play them. And it's really good. But next turn, all you need to do is to follow up with a Poltergeist. I do think that's how you pronounce it. And you're most likely going to do at least 150. 150 for 2 energy. Very, very good. Now, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I'm looking for stability. I want 1 attack with low energy cost and 1 energy with 1 attack with high energy cost, just to balance things out a bit. Its attack is actually very good. It will be an A, but I mean it's a risk, a very large risk. It's a high risk, high reward card. You gotta have some way to force your opponent's hand, but if you can do it, it most certainly belongs here, and if you can play it very well, here. But unfortunately, it's going to have to stay in A because simply it's a high risk card.
Okay, I see what you mean with everything. Right. I think as you played it, I think, you can get more of an idea of how it's really played. It's actually played with Omastar, which, if you have less Pokemon in play, I think I'm showing it on the screen right now. Yeah, there we go, Omastar. As long as you have less Pokemon in play, they are item locked. They cannot play any items, which is busted. You have Surprise Box, which puts an item from their discard pile into their hand, which can be really busted as well. Also, there are many ways you can pronounce the attack, okay? I went to a league challenge before, and I heard like 5 people, okay? They don't really have that good of English, honestly. Not gonna lie. Sorry for the people, who played at the league challenge who pronounced it wrong, okay? They did not know how to pronounce it. They came up to me, okay, with some really, really wacky pronunciations. I would pronounce as Poltergeist, personally, Isaac.
Okay.
Polter, whatever you pronounce it, whatever. Polter, okay? Whatever. I can see this being a really high-risk card, yes, as you said. ADPization, of course, runs so many item cards as well. The thing is, Horror House GX, you can use it turn 1, and you can make your opponent not play any cards, right? You can basically get them stuck, get them bricked. You can slow them down for 1 turn, and then you can get momentum. This is why it's played in Dragapult VMAX, not as a main attacker by any means, because Poltergeist is too much of a risk. And I would rather have a more stable attack that does like okay damage every time, rather than just hitting for different damage every time. And if your opponent plays well, you can kind of avoid Poltergeist as well from doing a ton of damage. So, as a support Pokemon, it's not a main archetype, so it can't really go in S. Is it A, though? Quite good. It's really good at, like, the early game, but in the late game, it just becomes boss's orders. Boss's orders, you win. Also, Spiritomb won the last online tournament, and is weak to... And Gengar and Mimikyu is weak to that. I'm not sure if I want to play this as a tech anymore. And as you mentioned, it only has 240 HP, which is why I'm putting it in the B tier.
Okay. Pretty strong points over there.
Okay. Also, just please stop pronouncing it. I don't know, like how people pronounce it. Okay, maybe we should make a separate video on like me recording a league challenge and seeing how should you pronounce this move, and then everyone just pronounces really weird stuff. Cause like, this is actually something really hard to pronounce.
Yeah.
There's another one called Capacious Bucket, which is kind of weird since people... Alright, anyways, right. Next one is going to be Latias and Latios Tag Team GX. One of my personal favorites, honestly.
I have quite a few versions of this one. I have the full art. Looks very nice. It looks very, very nice.
I also have the full art. It's really good.
Firstly, just shout out to whoever designed this card. It actually looks amazing. Now moving on to attacks. Okay, since this is my first time on Dinoseki's channel, none of you know this, but my favorite type is a Dragon type. It's a Dragon type card. Gonna give you extra points for that. Moving on to the GX move first, because that's what's important. One Psychic Energy, you get to attach 5 basic energy from your discard pile to your Pokemon in any way you like. If you have 1 extra energy, you have prevent all effects of attacks, including damage, done during your opponent's next turn.
It's done to this Pokemon, basically.
Yeah. Which is pretty sweet. You do that first turn, but the problem is, you don't have 5 basic energy in your discard pile. So what do? I think there are quite a few supporter cards in which you discard your hand, and then you get to get an extra 7 cards, I think. I do think there are some item cards in which you can search for basic energy. Mm-hmm. So you can easily set up for this card in 2 turns. First turn, you just play a lot of energy searching cards, and then put them in your hand. And then next turn, you just put a supporter out, and then you discard everything. And then you just play Aero Unit GX, attach everything to this Latios tag team, and next turn you get to do Buster Purge. 240 for 4 energy is a trade that I would normally hesitate to make, but it's quite easy to set up. The only problem, you do 240, and what do? You discard 3 energy. Mm-hmm. But then what? You can't not use your Aero Unit GX anymore, because as everyone knows, you can only use 1 GX move at the game.
Yes.
And that kind of sucks, because this is kind of one turn thing. You set it up, and you do 240, and it's going to take you forever to set it up again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get it.
So, in terms of damage and HP, it's going pretty high on my list. It is the 2nd highest HP we have so far. It's if you could have a way to find extra energy and put it on really quickly so you could set it up.
Malamar?
Again, yeah. It would be an A. But then again, like you said, a Malamar. Malamar isn't a basic type, which means you have to find it. And that is sometimes very painful when it's in your prize cards. Oof. So, is it an A? If you have a Malamar, it has A potential. To some extent, S potential as well. But it's just going to land on B for me, because I cannot see it being played too much, because it's just too long to set up.
Great points you made there. A lot of my points are basically the same. And I'm building a Mewtwo Mew water box, and when I saw Latios and Latias GX move, you know what I thought? This is busted. Why is everyone sleeping on this card? This card is busted. It prevents all damage for 1 turn, slowing your opponent down 1 turn, so you can get a 1-hit KO on it with another Pokemon next turn. Of course, I won't leak the whole strategy, because I still need to go to the Elite Challenge, man. But Malamar, you know what people call Malamar, Isaac, in the Pokemon community, the competitive one?
No.
They call it, like, they make fun of it, because it's inconsistent. Everyone makes fun of Malamar players. They're saying, hey Malamar player over there, have you bricks yet? No. Alright, have fun, you're gonna brick this turn, bye. Like, people make fun of Malamar a lot for being, like, really inconsistent.
That's sad.
Yeah, that's really sad, honestly. And, like, what's even more sad is one really good player group always just plays Malamar, and, like, people, like, think they're good, but, like, they think that Malamar's bad, like, and, like, so they get shamed, kind of, as well. Ironically, though, whenever I play against Malamar, it's me that bricks. So, yeah, don't disrespect Malamar, everyone. I think, as a support Pokemon, it's B. If Malamar did not exist, it would be definitely C. But, I mean, as a support Pokemon, don't sleep on it, it's definitely B. I might push it up to A if it does well, but for me, I think it's B.
Okay.
Alright. Moving on to our next one, Eevee and Snorlax GX.
No, this is one that a lot of people say it's not good. A lot of people say that look at the damage. But just look at the damage. You have 1 energy for your first attack, and then you have 4. And then you have 4+. Cheer up your attach energy from your hand to of your Pokemon. Essentially, and set this up in 2 turns.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you need. 2 turns for 4 energy. It's actually mental. Dump Truck press 120. If your opponent's active Pokemon is an evolutionary Pokemon, you do 120 more damage. It's actually mental. You did 240 for 4 energy. And we haven't even talked about the item cards that do extra damage, or the stadium cards that give you extra damage as well.
Yes.
It actually could one-shot a lot of stuff. As far as HP, 270, not bad. Not bad at all. And then Megaton Friends GX. You get 4+2, 110. If you have 1 extra energy, draw cards until you have 10.
Mm-hmm.
I see that GX getting some play as a very desperate play, but I simply do not see it being used as a part of a strategy. You might use it when you have something like your heavy hitter sitting on your bench and you simply do not have enough energy for it. And then your Eevee and Snorlax is about to get knocked out and you're panicking. And then you just land a Megaton Friends, you might take someone down with you, and you have a very high chance of getting enough energy for your heavy hitter.
Okay.
So, Eevee and Snorlax, guys, please give it respect, okay? I've seen a lot of people online. I've watched a lot of YouTube videos. They've always gone like, it's decent. It's somewhere in the middle, but it's just not high. It's just not good enough because it's not consistent enough. You could do 120 for 4, or you could do 240 for 4. It's a huge difference.
Okay.
But I say that this card has a lot of potential. You could bring someone down with you, or you could just take down a lot of Pokemon by yourself.
Okay.
So honestly, I'm gonna speak up for Eevee and Snorlax GX right now. Give it respect, guys. Give it some respect. It deserves it.
Yeah, Latios deserves respect as well. A lot of Pokemon on the tag team list get either disrespected, and then I find, oh wait, this GX move is actually pretty good. Let me include it. And yeah, that's how I make decks sometimes. Like, by combining underwhelming Pokemon as well, so they won't expect it. Right, so where are you ranking Eevee and Snorlax GX, Isaac?
I would put it in A.
Ooh, A.
Or B. It's definitely something there. There's definitely some sort of special charm about it. It's very useful.
Okay.
But I have to admit, it's much better than that. Look at the HP, look at the damage, 2-turn sets up. It's not easy to find a Pokemon which you can 2-turn sets up with attacks, no items or supporters in 2 turns for 4 energy.
Okay.
You don't see that every day. And just look at the GX move. You take down your opponent's Pokemon with you, and as a bonus, you pretty much immediately set up for your heavy hitter. It's an S.
It's an S.
For me, it's a S.
Okay, Isaac, right. I feel like you made some good points there, but some of them I have to rebut. Sorry, as a semi-competitive player, I really have to rebut you on some of them. DC is out of the meta. Double Colorless Energy is out, so you need to use Welder, which is still pretty good. It's busted still. Dump Trick Pest. If your opponent's active Pokemon is an evolution Pokemon. Now, this is the part where I hate it the most. Okay. In a meta full of Pikachu, Zekrom, Mewtwo and Mew, ADP, for example, and other really big basics, you don't really want to just be doing 120 against them, don't you, right?
Yeah.
But the reason why I think it sees more potential as time goes on, until it rotates, is because VMAXs are a thing. And I would say VMAXs saved this card, honestly, from being D tier. However, Dragapult VMAX can be 2-hit KO'd. Toxtricity VMAX. There's just so many VMAXs, and I believe Snorlax and Eevee has a lot of HP. And some really good attacks right there to complement that HP. And that's why it's not D, because why would I put anything in D? It's tag teams, come on. C, mainly memes can be decent. I mean, yeah. I was originally going to put it there at C tier. Because, if the tag teams just continue to, dominate, Zacian V is just like, ha 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 ha, bye, you're dead now, bye bye, bye bye.
Yeah.
It's definitely C. It won't compete with Zacian V. However, the VMAXs are here, and they're starting to dominate the meta a bit. So Eevee Snorlax is like, hello, I could be like I could tech for your deck. So, yeah, I think it's B just because VMAXs are in the meta. Otherwise, it's probably C.
Okay.
Okay.
That's a very interesting argument.
Okay.
Quite agree with it, actually. I quite agree with it.
Okay.
But there are definitely worse cards than that.
Yeah. Like, some cards are blessed by typing, some cards are discriminated by typing, and yeah. And there's just so much that really determines whether a card is good or not than just the actual card itself, like Pikachu Zekrom.
I do believe that among the cards we are doing this episode, there will be at least one or two I put in D.
I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna make it through. I think we might be able to split it into even more, because we've already spoken for 30 minutes, but we're gonna continue since this is quite fun. Alright, final one of, what's that called? Team Up. Yeah, the first expansion, Magikarp and Wailord GX. Let's see what we...
This is a horrible GX.
I really want to defend this. Let's see how I can defend this.
Firstly, 300 HP. Gotta commend you on that card. You do very well, 300. You're up there with the VMAXs in terms of HP. Well done. You're gonna tank a couple of hits. But who are you joking? Really? Who are you joking? 5 energy for 180. Are you joking? Are you actually joking? Snorlax can hit 120 for 4 or a potential 240, and you hit 180 for 5. It's just bloody rubbish.
Eek.
Pardon my language. Now, moving on to the GX. 10 damage. You can't see me, but I'm actually smacking my head against the table. And then they even have the nerve to add it on if this Pokemon has at least
7.
Wait for it. 7 extra water energy attached to it. You do 100 damage to each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Not bad. If you get that on early game, you're gonna lock a lot of basic cards, and you're probably gonna take at least 3 or 4 prize cards. Pretty good, huh? 7 extra energy. Where you gonna get that?
Frostmoth, Blastoise.
Yes, if you get it.
If you get it.
If
Yes.
you get it.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the very big if.
Okay.
If.
Yeah.
You have the potential to do 100 to basically everything. Or you have the potential to do a measly 10.
I see your point right there.
I simply do not see the point of this card, and as I have said earlier in this episode, I look for a balance between attacks. I want a low energy attack, and I want a high energy attack so I can hit between different amounts of damage as I please.
Okay.
You give me 5 energy for the first attack, who are you kidding?
Okay.
I simply do not see this card getting a lot of play. I mean,
So this
there's
is
definitely
trash.
some not trash yet.
Not trash yet. Okay.
I see a lot of genius players out there who would definitely think of some amazing way to soak this up and make it really OP really quickly within the first 5 turns. If you can do it, sure, well done. This is a B if you can do it.
Okay.
If you can't do it, it's
I'll do it.
C or a D.
Okay.
But because of the second attack, if you can set it up, it's a C. If you cannot set it up, it's a D.
Okay. So what do you think
But
it is?
just because of the HP is a C.
Okay, right. Some points you made that were really good, and I agree with most of them. I'm including one of these in my Mewtwo Mew deck, just because you said it, okay? I'm gonna try and challenge myself and make this work, okay?
Okay.
There was actually some really good things about it. For example, 300 HP. If you had a big Tron in it, that's 330. And you can basically tank whatever someone throws at you. Eternatus VMAX throws 270, ADP Station throws like 260, Dragapult throws like 130. It's a joke to this really great tag team. Aside from that, Lapras VMAX is something I really want to compare with this card. Both are 3 prizers. Lapras VMAX has 20 extra HP and can do more damage, but of course the GX move is unpresent because let's be honest. I mean, this is. I think Pokemon made this as a meme card. They made it even in a box, I believe, like the Towering Splash box.
Yeah, I do have an oversized card of it. They gave it oversized.
Nice. Anyways, I want to defend you so badly, but I can't really do it. Now, Frostmoth is out, okay? Capacious Bucket is out. That's something I can say about it. It's really good if you can get the 180 damage. I really like that it can soak up hits like nothing. Like it doesn't matter at all. And the GX move is just good if you can pull off the 8 energy turn. In Expanded, I can see this being really, really good. I am giving it a C. I mean, I think I'm being really generous. I think this is one of my favorite tag teams, okay? Out of here, I think Latios and Latias and Magikarp Wailord are my favorites.
Well, you got the special art.
The special art looks like a lot of the special, like, I think the special arts, they really did good on them. So clap for whoever drew them. They look really good. All right. So yeah, that's all the team up cards done, and we're going to go into Unbroken Bond.